Hi, my name is Jen, and I'm a certified natural health practitioner, herbalist, reflexologist, and health promoter. Today, I'd like to talk to you about herbal skincare, different herbs that can help with your skin from the inside out, and different topical applications that can help when you have flare ups such as eczema, psoriasis, or just general wellness of the skin. When using topical skincare, natural options are always the best. Um, Some commercial skincare products can contain chemicals that are hazardous for your body, and our skin does absorb external substances into our bloodstream. So, some good topicals for skin health are coconut oil. It's very moisturizing, antibacterial, antifungal, anti inflammatory. It does help relieve dry skin, promotes wound healing. Aloe is another really popular skincare product and plant that helps soothe and calm and hydrate the skin, especially with sunburn or windburn or any chafing that happens to happen. Shea butter is another really good emollient um, product, and it's really rich in fatty acids. Also, cocoa butter is really emollient. Some things that you want to avoid would be um, things that claim to be able to be absorbed through the skin, like collagen. The molecules are honestly too big to be able to go through the skin, and it is just a waste of money. And then like chemicals such as phthalates and parabens and PEG, those are endocrine and hormone disruptors and can honestly do more damage than good. In all my info sessions, I talk about food as medicine because what we put in our body is as important as what we put on our body. When it comes to skincare, vitamin C supplements or vitamin C rich foods help with antioxidants. So we talk about those free radicals that roam around in our body and cause oxidative stress. Vitamin C also helps your body produce collagen naturally, and it can help fight free radicals and get rid of premature aging. Good citrus fruits, broccolis, berries, peppers, spinach, kiwi, guava all contain lots of amounts of vitamin C. Also, foods that are rich in fatty acids are very good to keep your skin moisturized from the inside out. They also help with inflammation in the body, and they can help with acne as well and hormonal issues. Good sources are fatty fishes, walnuts, soy, flax, chia seeds, and beta carotene rich foods, which contains vitamin A. Um, well, your body converts beta carotene to vitamin A, and then it stimulates collagen production in your system. Any orange and some red vegetables contain it. Sweet potatoes, carrots, pumpkins, and kale, eggs, and yogurt also contain it. We want to watch out as far as processed foods, which are unhealthy for not only the skin but for the body in general. Sugar and alcohol can dehydrate your body and can bring imbalances. Whereas applying collagen topically doesn't do much for your skin, internal collagen supplements do, in fact, help your skin. It does help your skin promote elasticity. Vitamin D, also known as our sunshine vitamin, vitamin D has potent anti inflammatory effects that help skin repair and rejuvenate your body and skin. You can go outside to get your own vitamin D from sun exposure, but make sure that you're wearing sunscreen. I do prefer mineral based sunscreens. Fish oils, again, omega fatty acids. You can buy fish oils or eat fish. Biotin, again, is known as a B vitamin, and it's essential for not only healthy skin, but it also helps your hair and nails. It can help with hair loss and scaly, red skin patches, irritated skin. Our first plant that is great for skincare is calendula. You can take calendula flowers, buds, and leaves and infuse them into oil or make poultices, vinegars, add them to your foods, make salves. It's also known as pot marigold. It's part of the daisy family. It is a warming and drying plant, and it has a mildly bitter taste, which means it's also good for your digestive system. The plant properties of calendula is it's astringent, it's inflammatory modulating, which means it helps change the way your inflammation works in your system. It works with the liver and the lymphatic system. Also, for pain, it can help with muscle spasms. It does bring on menstruation. So, if you are taking it um, in a tincture or a tea, you don't want to use this while you are pregnant. Numerous skin issues that it works with is eczema, chickenpox, eye infections, minor infections, um, and a stagnant lymphatic system. Our next plant is aloe, and this is commonly found in almost every pharmacy or grocery store. Um, I personally like to grow mine and pick it out and cut it open and use the gel directly. Um, but if you're unable to do that, buying a bottle is perfectly fine too. Looking for ones with not too many chemical preservatives is a good idea. Aloe is very anti-inflammatory and emollient, moisturizing. It can help with inflammation on the skin and sunburn, windburn. It's also antibacterial and antifungal. It does contain antioxidants that help repair sun damage and slow down the aging process. It helps with minor burns and cuts, and it calms and soothes irritated skin. It's a really good plant, and it's been known to help stimulate collagen production and skin cell regeneration. Wild rose is another plant that not only is beautiful and smells beautiful, it's very good for many skin benefits. It soothes irritated skin, reduces redness and inflammation. It's very nourishing and regenerates the skin. Um, it is also anti-inflammatory, and is very wild rose oil is very rich in vitamins and fatty acids that hydrate the skin very well. Um, it does help with scarring and sunburns and does contain antioxidants for those free radicals. If you cannot obtain um, any fresh petals to make your own infusions, you can buy rose essential oil, or you can find rose petals that haven't been sprayed with any chemicals and use those to make your rose water or oil infusions as well. And we have burdock. Burdock is an amazing plant. A lot of different parts of the plants can be used, but particularly in skincare, the root is what works in our body from the inside out. So, burdock is an alternative plant, which means that it cleans the blood and it works with the liver very well. So when your liver is working properly, your system is being cleaned properly. So working with issues such as eczema and psoriasis from the inside out, as well as acne, burdock root is another great plant to use. You can use the dried roots and make a decoction And a decoction is taking the root and boiling it for about 20 minutes, then taking it off the heat and letting it steep for another 20 minutes, and then drinking that. You can also cook and eat the root, and the leaves can be macerated and applied topically to different skin issues. It's one of those plants, though, that you may notice that your condition gets slightly worse before it gets better as it's detoxifying the system. Here are a few different easy recipes that you can make with a lot of things that you already have at home or can find in the grocery store. The first one is a skin toner with cucumber. And cucumbers often offer a lot of skin benefits, including hydration. They soothe irritation. They help reduce puffiness in the skin. They can help brighten the skin tone. It does have anti inflammatory properties and they do contain antioxidants. They're very cooling to the skin and can help when you have different types of irritations. So the first recipe we have, you would wash and cut up your pieces of cucumber, um, and then take uh, a half a liter of water. I would prefer to buy the um, distilled water if possible. If not, just boil water for 30 minutes with the cucumber in it and then strain it out and let it cool, and then store into bottles and label. They will last a week or so in the fridge, so don't make a huge amount at once, or you can even freeze some of it into ice cube trays and apply the frozen ice cube when you have different skin inflammation happening. And here's our first recipe with using roses, as we talked about roses before. So you are going to make a moisturizing balm by infusing the petals. So you're going to need the rose petals, honey, vitamin E. You can use essential oil if you want to. You can even add rose essential oil to it. Some jojoba oil, which jojoba oil is one of the closest oils that are to the sebum of our skin. Coconut oil, beeswax, and a container, such as a large mason jar, and a wooden spoon. So you're going to melt your beeswax in a double boiler method, and then you are going to add your other oils in until they're all melted together. Um, Sometimes I will melt all the oils and the beeswax together and just stir repeatedly until they infuse together. Once you have done that, you remove from the heat very carefully. You can use those silicone oven mitts, and then add your essential oil, your honey, and your vitamin E. You We'll add the rose petals last and then transfer the mixture to a jar. Let it cool for a bit and then cover and label and store in a cool, dark place. Here's another herbal balm with a different preparation. It does contain the calendula, like we talked about, plus lavender and chamomile, which are very good for skin inflammation. It does help with muscle pain as well, and sunburns, windburns, and chafing, etc. This method, though, you're going to take a large mason jar and put the plants in it and then cover it, leaving probably about an inch or so above the plants with olive oil, or you can use avocado oil. That's another one I really like to use. Sweet almond oil, fractionated coconut oil are other options. You're going to want to store it in somewhere out of the sunlight, covered. In relatively cool place for 20 days, 30 days, and you're going to want to shake it around every day. Once you have done that time frame, you can filter the oil through some cheesecloth or a metal sifter as long as the holes are really small in the metal sifter. Then you can do a double boiler method and add the cocoa butter or shea butter into it to make it more of a balm or salve, and making sure it melts all together. Sterilize a container and put it in, label it, and put it for storage. Here's another toner recipe, but using the rose like we talked about before instead of the cucumbers. It's the same method as bringing the water to a boil and putting the rose petals in while it boils, then letting it steep once you turn off the heat and letting it soak for about 30 minutes. You can do longer, and then straining the petals out, putting into jars or bottles. I would probably keep this in the fridge to make it last longer. You can also add a capsule of vitamin E to it, or glycerin is another product that you could add to it to add to the benefits. This is a herbal bath that you can do. It would be great to do before bed, as lavender and chamomile are both plants that help you relax and help you sleep. um, Putting the plants into a large pot and boiling them until they come to a boil. You can turn off and let it steep. If you're wanting to use it same day, 20 minutes. If you're able to let it infuse overnight to make it good and strong, that would be great too. Then you're going to strain through cheesecloth or a metal strainer into your bath water. Um, you can also use this as a foot soak. You can add other plants to this, such as roses um, or calendula as well. Here is a herbal face scrub, and the ingredients contain a lot of the plants that we talked about, as well as clays and rolled oats. This can help with dry or flaky skin. Um, Especially in the winter time, sometimes we get dry, flaky skin that we need to exfoliate, but we want to do that gently. Sometimes some of the harder chemicals that exfoliate our skin do more damage than good, and we can end up with micro tears in our skin. But this is also good with the clay for oily skin and acne breakouts. And our final recipe is an eczema skin soothing salve. This can be used topically while you're using your decoction of burdock internally to help with those itchy skin eczema breakouts. Powdering your plants in a coffee grinder, or if you want to get one of those baby blenders, that helps too. You're going to mix your powdered herbs with your cocoa butter and your beeswax and melt it down in the double boiler method. I do sometimes like using a crock pot when you want to allow it to infuse into each other for several hours, instead of using the stove method where you have to keep adding water to the bottom pot. Once it has infused for several hours, you're going to strain it through your cheesecloth and put into your sterilized jars and seal and label. This will last for quite a while. You can keep them in the fridge for extension of reducing any bacteria that will grow in any of your salves. Here is a list of plants that are skin alternatives. And like we talked about before, alternatives are one of the most important herbal actions in herbalism. It does do a lot of different things, but detoxification is the main process. So they are responsible for detoxifying different areas, such as the bloodstream, lungs, kidneys, bowels, liver, and when we're talking about skincare, it's a great way to take care of your skin. Our body secretes both water and oil soluble toxins through our skin. It is also a way to really clean the blood, which helps with skin issues. Um, when we're looking at these skin alternatives, there are remedies that really help with chronic skin conditions, like we talked about before. Um, you can find some of them that are roots, which would be made as a decoction, as we talked about before, where you have to let the roots boil for the 20 minutes and then sit for the 20 minutes. The other ones that are plant matter, such as flowers, they can be utilized just as a regular tea, and don't need to be boiled for so long because they're a little bit gentler. Thanks again for listening to my information session on herbal skincare. I hope the information was valuable and you are able to utilize some of these herbal skincare products in your everyday life.